sure some of you took a flight to come to Paris. You probably went on your favorite airline website. You gave your name, origin, destination, Paris, credit card number, and off you go. You had a booking. But maybe some of you did it in a different manner. You started on ChatGPT or Perplexity, and you asked the question, what's my best option, my best travel option to fly to Paris? And any recommendation on what to do at that time of the year in Paris? But what if you already have a booking and you want to change it? Maybe you want to fly earlier, or maybe you want to redeem your miles to get an upgrade. Well, the answer to this question is fairly simple. No AI solution can help you for that. And this is something which comes from our industry, which is complex with plenty of legacy systems. So, as an industry, AI, in fact, is going to change that. And it already brought a lot to the travel industry. If you think about it, at Amadeus, we use AI for the last 15 years. It's everywhere. Okay? We use it for inspiration, shopping, revenue management, pricing, disruption. It's absolutely everywhere. And Agentic is going to give us even more opportunities. And I have in mind the case of inspiration. You can go to those agents and ask, where can I go in February to swim with turtles? Where to stay in Paris to have the best possible view on the Eiffel Tower? In fact, you can even ask them, give me the entire program for my next vacation. They are truly amazing. And yet, they cannot change your booking. In fact, it's a bit more than that. As soon as you are in your journey, they cannot help you. Let's say that you're facing a snowstorm, you missed your connection, your next flight is cancelled. Well, no AI solution is going to bring you a solution home. Now, Agentic gives us many opportunities to do better. But it also raises some serious questions. My first question is for the traveler. Are we ready as a traveler to let an AI system book and pay on our behalf? Well, that might be something quite emotional. This booking might be about your next vacation. This is not so much of a technological challenge. It is a human one. It's about trust. As the industry engages into Agentic, the very first thing that we need to do is to earn the trust of the traveler. Where are my data stored? How is my data used? Is the entire chain of system behind an agent secure? I want you to remember when the web became a thing, 30 years ago. I do remember. And I actually remember the very first time I entered my credit card number on a web page. I wasn't comfortable. And retrospectively, I think I did well not to be comfortable. Nothing was secure on this web page. Okay. Well, people know better now. Okay? And they will only use the technology if they are comfortable with it, if they trust it. So the first thing that we need to do as an industry is to ensure that the ecosystem around those AI agents is secure, ethical, sustainable. And that is probably the answer to this first question. We as an industry need to work on the cybersecurity aspect, on the compliancy and on the transparency of this ecosystem. Now my second question, and my second question goes for the travel providers, airlines, rail companies, hotel chain. Are you ready as a travel provider to improve the traveler experience with AI? And I think the answer to this question doesn't lie so much into AI itself as it does into the ecosystem around it. Frankly, 80% of the challenges that we are facing are not coming from the limitation of AI, they are coming from legacy, fragmented system, and the underlying technology below it. It's worth to think that GenAI got invented in 2017, became mainstream in 2022. So how many of our APIs predate GenAI? Well, the answer to this question is rather simple. the vast majority of it. And what we have designed for system-to-system integration, like web services, or for human-machine interaction, like website, well, it's just not fit for purpose. It cannot cope with agentic at scale. So we need to think about upgrading, redesigning our system, and in some cases, actually changing the foundation. And so I encourage you to go and see our masterclass where we explain how we do that at Amadeus. And now I don't want to forget about another thing. I think we shouldn't overlook the cost of this technology. Obviously, there is a cost to transform. This is what I have just described. But there's also the cost to run this technology, which is by far the most demanding technology that we've seen so far in terms of capacity. My third question now. And this one is for the travel sellers, which means the biggest part of this industry. Travel agencies, airlines, hotel chains, rail companies. Are you ready as a travel seller to lose the traveler? Well, I reckon this is a bit of a provocative question, and it calls for an explanation. But as AI agents become more and more powerful, they will remember every conversation that you had with them. They're in your pocket, so they know your location. They have access to your agenda. They know what you're going to do. And they have access to your contact. They know your friends. So who better than those AI agents to personalize my next trip? And now, if they do it, which kind of data, how much of the data they have on the passenger are they going to share with the travel seller? I mean, this is crucial. The travel seller needs the data of the traveler to personalize the experience, to shape the overall experience, to be relevant and to be able to compete. So how, as a travel seller, can I get access to the passenger, the traveler data, without having to depend on a third-party AI system? And maybe a rhetorical question, should the travel seller leave the entire travel experience and the personalization to the digital assistant? So my last question now is for the entire travel industry. Are we, as an industry, ready to create a new end-to-end experience for the traveler? Well, I think we all realize that the value chain is going to evolve and that we need to change. But I do think that we need to work together as an ecosystem. And this for multiple reasons. The first reason, to make the experience of travel better. The second reason is to keep, to protect, to retain this strong relationship that we have with the traveler. And the third reason is, well, we need to be able to influence the way AI agent, digital assistant in the future will interface, will interact with us as an industry. So we need to open our system, to share our data, to orchestrate, and to define the standards that will enable this transformation. We need to act as travel experts together to make this transformation something that will make the experience of travel better. Thank you very much.